Hi there, guys, girls, and everyone in between and outside of it. My name is Sarah, and welcome back once again to Nimby Rails, to my Baltic save that is not far away from actually leaving the Baltics. Welcome to Lithuania. It is the very first day of 2025, or rather the first days of 2025, where I continue work on the save, and when I look at everything I created in 2024, I would say there's time for improvement. Of course, there's the main quest that I followed in the last 21 episodes of getting the train line from Tallinn here in the north, via Riga and also via Kaunas towards Warsaw or Warsaw in Poland. That is also still the main quest that I'm following, and in the last episode we finished the side quest of Vilnius. Today I want to add a few new lines that will help the network sustain itself and connect everything a little bit better. As you can see, I did a lot of work off camera, so the strip from Kaunas to Kibatai towards the Russian border of the enclave of Kaliningrad. That I already did earlier just for fun. It will be an important part later down the road when we continue towards the Suwałki Gap. Earlier today and yesterday I worked quite a lot around Vilnius. From Vilnius up to Daugavpils will be the most important line for today. I won't show you the building, but I will show you what exactly makes it so important. Right now from Daugavpils or Rosegna and the area, people have to go from Daugavpils to Siolii because there's no interchange with the high-speed train. And then from Siolii down towards Kaunas and to Vilnius. Vilnius to Siolii will get its own line later down. I already created it. I just don't want to work on scheduling right now. That's just one of the many phases that players can have in Nimby Rails. I currently love to build, so I don't do scheduling. But I will finish the scheduling once I really want it. The trek from Daugavpils to Vilnius, I'm honest, I double-tracked it for most of the part. We have a lot of small stations along the line with just a catchment area of 2.3k. I think there's nothing that much bigger along, so it will be a small line with shuttle-flirt train sets. And also the other lines around Vilnius are not that big. We have the one to Sumskas. It is a station I created, I'm not sure if there's one there IRL. And over here is the Russian border. South of Vilnius itself, we go down to Salsininkai. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but also that one in front of the Belarusian border. I think also up here it's also the Belarusian border. And then from Vilnius to Trakai, a very short regional service. And then down to Masinkonis. And then a few kilometers into the forest, there's the border with Belarus. All in all, this building was simple. It is just a side quest to finish Vilnius and then continue on the main track towards Suwałki. So let me build all the tracks. And then we go into creating the lines, and after that I will show you a little bit about the network itself. So everything is built, and I just want to show you the more interesting parts of the area around Vilnius and between Vilnius and Daugavpils. Vilnius station itself has a huge yard. I only got to detail the station. I don't know if I will detail the yard anytime soon. This is the place where all the trains will go to sleep in the night. Down here I already have one track for the TGV to Kaunas, and all the other trains will also park here. And then of course there's also some space for cargo trains and repairs. I'm not sure if I will use that in the future. Theoretically, I could start to do some service patterns where trains are out for a day or so just for the repairs. In Nimby Rails that is possible, and I have already experimented with that in the past. When we zoom out of Vilnius, we have this area close to Vilnius. Also just a big yard for cargo operations. Maybe, I really have to add cargo trains one day. Maybe when I finish Lithuania I will start with that. And then here at Kena also a big yard, which is very close to the border with Belarus. Besides that, the tracks from Vilnius to the south are all just the most average tracks you can ever have. And let's get into the line creation. You have seen it before, I have all the lines already created, just not with the stops. Let's just jump to a short time-lapse where I create the lines. So this is how it looks like when everything is done. Not everything, but the lines at least exist and I know where they stop. We don't have the trains yet, and we also don't have the schedules yet. So one tip I want to tell you guys is when you set up a line like this, you go to the line, and for example the one to Trakai, you can select a reference train here. And you don't have to select one that is mothballed or that you don't use. For example, I can just use the train number 300. It is a train that I can show you runs on this line to Rubikai or Rubikai. And the trains, both of them are very, very small. Perfect for very small lines with not a lot of passengers. And I expect that between Vilnius and Trakai there won't be too many passengers. So you can just select a train that is basically your reference train. I mean, it also says reference train. And that means you have all the timings. And with that I can see here from Vilnius to Paneriai, roughly 7 minutes. Put it on here, makes it 46-47 minutes that the train needs for a round trip, 1 train per hour. And that easy you can understand how long the trains will run even before you schedule them. I do that for all the lines, and then it is basically time to schedule a little bit, at least the lines I really want to. But it is time to get the eastern part of Lithuania into the red as well that the other lines use, and that means getting the trains up and running. So I will work or fight myself through this and schedule the lines, and after that I show you what I have done and how the connections work inside of Lithuania. This is how everything looks when it is set up. Well, not everything is set up. I still have the one line from Vilnius to Siarliai, but I can't be bothered with setting it up. Vilnius itself, quite a simple setup. When I zoom into the station, you can see that I used the 2 stumps, this one which I named 1A and the other one on the other side 1B for short regional trains, and then just one of the many platforms of the station to run all the trains. Vilnius is more of a hub, so you can see it here in the timetable that there are gaps where there are 2 trains at the station, and then there are the main times where you have 3, 4, 5, 6 trains in very short distances. Basically, this just means that in Vilnius everything is concentrated and you don't have to wait that long at the station if you want to go in any direction. For the Lithuanian setup, well, it is correct to say that Vilnius is just a side quest. The timing is super simple. The Eurocity, and I renamed them to Eurocities, the one from Riga to Kaunas, is basically setting the time. The trains from Riga to Jelgava, Jelgava to Siarliai, and Siarliai to Kaunas, as well as Siarliai to Vilnius later down the line, they are timed. Which means that if you go onto a regional train in Riga, you can go to Jelgava, wait a little bit, go to Siarliai, wait a little bit, not more than 5 to 10 minutes, and then take a fast train down to Kaunas and Vilnius. This means that the main flow is from the north down to the south. Everything else is timed towards that. So the route from Klaipėda from the coast to Siarliai, as well as down here Pagėgiai to Siarliai, everything is timed based on the transfer at Siarliai from the trains from Latvia down towards Kaunas. The same basically for everything else. The timing for the trains to Vilnius is dependent on the time in Kaunas, where the Eurocity arrives from Riga and where the regional arrives from Siarliai, and all the regional lines going away from Vilnius are also timed on that. Today it is more a report of what I have done, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I will see you in the next episode when it is finally time to work on the biggest bottleneck the save will ever see.